Oh, all right guys, we are kicking this vlog off with a very exciting event. Probably my most hated thing in this entire house ever since we moved in has been this gigantic chandelier over the dining room table, which I don't care how big your dining room table is, it's too big. And it's ugly, but it's mainly just really, really too big. I don't know, it's mainly ugly. But I also like raised it even when we first moved in because every time I went to do anything even near the dining room table, I would bonk my head on it. Every single time. So I have like a grudge against this light fixture regardless. And I just ordered and it arrived a really, really beautiful light fixture that I'm now going to replace it with, but I'm not going to film that part because me doing electrical work is very tedious and time consuming and lots of cursing, and I'll probably end up taking this sweater off. So I'll just show you when it's all done. Whoops. Okay, sure. All right, moment of truth here. And my tombstone will say, she was handy. Yeah, I got a lot of handprints on that. I need to clean that, but wow. Wow. Is that an improvement? Please disregard all the garbage. Oh my gosh, so now we have Edison lights, oops, in both. Ooh, goodness, isn't that nice? This, oh, haha, it's on a dimmer. I was like, it's not very bright. There we go. Oh my gosh, that would have been probably better for the reveal. Warm. I think I started around 4:30. It's 6:11, but I feel really good about it. Like, I feel really good about my grounding and everything this time. This one was a little sketchy. But I mean, it's like the wires are right, but like I didn't understand how grounding worked at the time, but apparently in new homes it doesn't matter that much, but this one, you know, I drove it home. So the most annoying part was going into the garage, and they have this very simple step that says open the loop and then close the loop in order to hook it to this and in order to shorten the chain. And that was the most time-consuming part of it, was I had to go in there and vise each of those links down to a bench in the garage and use pliers and open them up. And it was so hard to open. And then I had to close them back again. I probably made like 4 or 5 trips into the garage to do it. But is this not so beautiful? It's beautiful, and it's so much better than that. Okay, I'm gonna make dinner now. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. By the way, Bruce is not okay. He has had something allergic since we got here. I'm not really sure, but like literally, what are you doing? You are the worst. Hey guys, it's Monday now, and I just wanted to show you real quick that I had shoveled our front. It's like 33 degrees out right now. I'm literally in socks. I'm about to get in the shower. But like, wow, how just lovely is that? How freaking beautiful is that? And this is just a very, I know I'll probably get sick of shoveling at some point, but like, if for now, let me have this. It's incredibly satisfying when you sit inside all day with a baby and like, you know, you're just kind of a woman of leisure. You know, getting out here and like ripping your coat off and everything because it's like, so like you're doing manual labor. It's, oh, my battery died. Terribly sorry. Now I'm about to jump in the shower, but yeah, you're inside with a baby all day in the comfort of your home and just getting out and doing a little bit of like hard work for a few minutes and just getting sweaty in nature. Highly recommend. Good morning, guys. Looking extremely fresh, I know. It is Wednesday and it's early. It's like 8 a.m. or something. Yeah, 8:11. We, you know, have been up since like 6 something because of the baby. But I am beginning the process of trying to put his nursery back together. Unfortunately, I cannot seem to locate it. Mike tried to help me look too. Can't locate the crib hardware to put it back together. It's in a labeled baggie that says crib hardware, but I've been looking everywhere and I can't find it, so I'm just trying to get everything sort of in a place. This is the current situation. Boxes of things and these pillows that don't go in here. Like, there are other things that we like can't find. It's crazy because we got done unpacking almost everything and we cannot find our comforter or that beautiful Hamsa embroidered quilt that we had on the guest bed upstairs. Like we can find all of the shams and stuff. That's what reminded me, was the big pillows that go in the shams, but we cannot find the Hamsa quilt. So the new bedspread that we got from Italic just arrived yesterday, and I'm like really excited to open it and everything, but I can't find our comforter. We have plenty of comforters, but like on our comforter, it's the right thickness, and then I also wanted to incorporate that Hamsa quilt on there because it's like a white and then like a beige. It'd be really pretty, but I can't find it. So yeah, we're still in the struggle category on that stuff. Just I have no idea what, like we just sit there and rack our brains on where something would be hiding at this point, because we feel like we've unpacked like 90% of everything, and it's kind of hard to lose a comforter and a quilt, you know. A bag of hardware is different. So yeah, I'm going to just start kind of getting this stuff put away and organized, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. I'm not going to time lapse it because this is pretty boring. And I hear Simon stirring, and I'm just like, no, stay asleep. I want to put your crib together. But I did make a little bit of progress in here. So I got the rug down, I got all those boxes unpacked, so they're out there. And as soon as I get the bookshelf together and the crib together, most of the stuff will be like up off of the floor. So yeah, God, we have so much stuff. The first child, everybody's so sweet. Okay, it doesn't look like much, but I've made progress. We have the crib all set up. I actually used all of the screws, so I know I did it right. And I'm gonna clear this space out and put the SNOO here. We're going to start trying to nap him in his own room, which, you know, he's almost 5 months old. He's ready for it. He sleeps through the night, and we literally, our bedroom is right there, unlike in the old house where it was upstairs, downstairs. So that's, oh my God, I've done something very bad to my back. I was lifting the, like one of these sides when it was up on its side to get it on there, and I tweaked something. Oh, it hurts like I got the wind knocked out of me. Oh my God. Yeah, so, great progress, but anyway, yeah, gonna, go ahead and move the SNOO right there. I need to move these books out of the way, but I just realized that when Mike packed this up, he didn't, like, pull these out, and so we have 3 and we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like, how the heck are we going to put these shelves up? And Lord knows what ended up happening to them. I wonder if we can like order more of these. I will have to Google that, because I mean there's just no telling where those are, and the books and everything can't go on this great shelf without those, so it's always something. Okay, so my mother-in-law just got here, and I am preparing the nursery now for Simon to go ahead and take his next nap in the nursery. Oh, update. I went on Amazon and I found a like 50 pack of those brackets for the inside of the bookshelf. So problem solved. Those will come tomorrow. We can reassemble the bookshelf and get all those books off the floor. Now I'm in like desperate search of some Aleve, because Aleve is so good for muscle pain, and I have done something honestly just ridiculous to my shoulder / back. I swear my look is getting like better as the day goes on. So I just managed to find some Advil. My mother-in-law had some with her. I have no idea where ours is. And I have a fresh pot of Clare paint in the shade Dirty Martini that we are about to commence with putting on this wall and get going. So this is the before of it all. Please ignore my child who's finding his voice. We have Sharpie on the walls. We have so many. Ooh, I need to spackle that before I do anything. Yeah, I'm gonna move all this stuff away from the walls, get myself a drop cloth, but I wanted you guys to see the room before we started. This is a very good before because it looks like a freaking nightmare. So let's do this. Beautiful. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday and I am in a green room now. This is the reveal. I'll turn this around. So obviously we still have some clearing out to do and everything, but I have spent this morning making this bed up, but we still cannot find the quilt that goes with that sham or the other sham. Can't you see how beautiful it's going to look with this white linen duvet set and the shams? This is from Italic, and then the eucalyptus sheets under here are also from Italic. Absolutely gorgeous. But I want that quilt. I want to just like fold it halfway down and have the white with the beige. It's gonna be gorgeous, but we have looked everywhere in this house and I cannot locate it, and it is really driving me crazy. Hey buddy. But yeah, I found all the screws for the bed. So the bed is secure now. We accidentally kind of broke it yesterday. But look at this. Oh, okay, per monster. Look at this color. This is Dirty Martini. Also, can we just talk about flat walls? I've never in my life lived in a place that had flat walls, and I am so excited about them. I know that like for some people that's probably really strange, but I have always lived in houses and apartments with textured walls, and they're really, really obnoxious to paint, and this was just a pleasure. It took me forever, but it was a pleasure, and this color is just absolutely divine, isn't it? Ugh, it's so calming, it's so quiet. That's the baby monitor you hear, by the way. But yeah, oh, look at that. That cat knows how to live. You know, he's just like, I'm gonna find a sunny spot for myself. Oh yeah. And last night was Simon's first night sleeping in his own room, and he did great. I didn't. And it wasn't like emotional or anything like that. It was just a combination of things. Oh, Matt, he's so matted. First of all, taking all the drapes off of, even though we only had like, you know, sheets hung up basically on the brackets, just that little bit of light that it was blocking made it easier for me to sleep. And last night it was just like really hard to feel nocturnal because I guess the moon was so bright. And then, oh, I think I'm used to having his sound machine, you know? And so I didn't have Simon's sound machine, and that was really weird. It was like oddly quiet. Oh, and I just couldn't get right, like temperature wise. I had a really hard time going to sleep last night. And this morning I felt like I got hit by a bus because of all the painting yesterday. Painting is just so physical. And then also hurting my shoulder yesterday doing the crib. So yeah, I'm feeling a little less than today. But we, this morning, Mike's mom is on her way here. We're going to go tour a daycare. For Simon, it's gonna be 3 days a week, and then she's gonna take care of him the other 2 days a week so that I can start picking up my work schedule a little bit more. And also, just because he's 5 months now, and so we wanna start kind of socializing him. He's, you know, he's the only child, and I think it'd just be fun for him to start getting acquainted with more, you know, like adults that he trusts, and then eventually like, you know, making friends with kids. And this situation, he would be one of like 8 kids, so it'd be really, really, really cute. So I'm like way less bummed about it than I would have been probably a couple of months ago, just because I felt like he was really helpless. Now I feel like he's like super interactive. This is making me crazy. I'm just gonna do that. I don't know what I was thinking. But he's so active, and he's so like engaged, and he loves reaching out and grabbing things and touching them and talking, and he's really, really just like alert. And I want him to get more than like me, just a person. I'm not like in any kind of, you know, education role as far as understanding how babies' brains work, more than I can probably offer him. Like, we have the toys, we have the books, but there's only so much that I can do. Like, these people are gonna teach him baby sign language, you know? We love that. So, yeah. It's also supposed to be like in the 50s today. Right now it's super windy though. That's why I'm like preparing by wearing a sweater. It can be, you know, a good temperature and like really nice and sunny outside, but still just like brutally windy. So I'm just gonna probably layer up a little bit. But you guys, when I finally find this quilt and this sham, I'm going to feel like a complete human. But like, where the crap is it? We've unpacked everything. Like, where is it? Update, I found them. I finally went in the garage and I dug underneath pool noodles and packing pads and a dog cone and like, you know, things that don't belong with bedding. and I found our comforter, another comforter, and the other sham and the quilt, and they all need to be washed. That quilt is in horrible shape. Would not recommend buying that quilt because it is extremely fragile and it already has like a ton of rips in it just from the cats. I don't know whether I'm gonna even bother to repair it maybe someday when I'm just like feeling really, I don't know, fiddly. I might get a needle and thread out and start kind of like repairing it, but mainly it's just, you know, it's kind of just for looks, I guess. And it's gonna be just a pretty color in here, but I really like it. It's a shame that it is so fragile because it's absolutely beautiful. But anyway, all of that stuff is waiting in line right now too. By the way, I'm like out of breath because I was just like lugging all this stuff inside with so much purpose. I was just like, I found it, you know? Yeah, it's waiting in line for the laundry right now, which is a pretty long line because when you pack everything with like bedding, everything gets dirty and it's just like a constant thing. So yeah, this will soon be exactly how I imagined it. But other than that, this is the situation, so yeah. Hey guys, trying to find light that is not crazy here. Is that good? Hi, it is Friday, and I thought I heard Simon waking up, but he's been stirring and not waking up, so we're putting him in the SNOO right now with one arm out to start kind of trying to begin the process of weaning, plus he's teething, and so we're kind of losing the battle of him putting his hand in his mouth anyway. Like, it just upsets him so much when we pull his hand back out of his mouth, so I'm drawing some kind of strange, like, arbitrary line between the thumb and the whole hand, and I'm like, you can have the whole hand but not the singular thumb. I don't know, but I'm not watching him right now. He could easily have his thumb in his mouth right now. I have no idea. But we've also been putting him on just a little baby dose of baby Tylenol, and it seems to help immensely. He gets in such a better mood after we do that. So I also wanted to show you guys, now that everything's clean, all the laundry is done and everything. So obviously there's still like stuff I need to like clear off, and we want to, you know, we're shopping for art right now for the walls, but this is kind of what I had in mind. So this is our old Hamsa quilt. This is from Jungalow, the Justine Blakeney collection, and that's what those pillows are. But then this is the Italic, like I mentioned, linen duvet cover set. I love how it's kind of wrinkling as we're using it. That's what I love about linen. And so we've got the linen duvets, and then we've got these older white sheets that we have, and then these are the Italic eucalyptus sheets, and that's what we have on the bed, and they feel like water. And then, you know, you wake up in a chilly room and you turn on the fireplace. It's super duper lovely. And yeah, finally got the floor cleared out, so this room is just huge. I mean, it's just huge. Yeah, just today is the first day in a few days that I haven't had help from my mother-in-law. She came Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and yesterday was my last ever client call. I am now officially a YouTuber. That's my whole job. So, well, that and, you know, being a mom. Also, yesterday was pretty hard. I don't know how much I told you guys, but Mike and I went to check out that the daycare, and it gave me not that awesome of vibes. Not that they're like mistreating the children or anything, but like all my snob alarms went off where I was just like, I just don't feel like this is good enough for him, and like that's, so I know that that's, you know, that's me being pretentious, but I just kind of want to see a few more, and so we have an appointment next week to go and look at another one. I'm not in like a humongous rush, but you know, I do feel myself getting a little bit depressed, just because I do kind of lack the freedom, and there is a little bit of like a release that I felt just having our room back. It makes me realize like, okay, I'm kind of ready for the next step. You know, I'm ready to move out of, you know, total codependence mode and have him like kind of, you know, be on his own like a fraction more. So there's that. And then in the same vein, this weekend, I think you guys know, I sold my car before I left because it was like this little Honda hatchback. It wouldn't have like worked in this weather or, you know, this terrain or anything. We live in a very hilly place where it snows. And moving it across the country would have been ridiculous because Simon and I flew. I did not want to drive him across the country. That would have been awful. He gets very car sick. I need to be like back there with him currently. But I'm going to go, I believe, tomorrow and buy myself a new car. So that's a humongous chunk of money, and I'm going to try and see how good of a deal I can get and how much car I can really get for the amount of money that I want to put down. Anyway, yeah. That is the status of the day today. And I don't really know whether I need to see somebody about being depressed. I really don't want to get back on like antidepressants because they make me so tired. They make me feel kind of slow. But I also feel like every single day I'm kind of climbing out of a hole a little bit. I feel like I should just give it a little bit more time, but I'm wondering like how much I've slowly slid into feeling like this is normal when it's not. I don't know. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and at least I have this wonderful big airy room that makes me feel very, very zen. And I'm done with my marketing work. So it's like if I'm not filming a video, I'm just like I can put my full attention on my kiddo. Hey guys, it's Saturday and I'm sitting in my brand new car. I went to the Honda dealership today because I am feeling trapped without my own means of transportation, and I bought myself my dream car. Again, very unceremoniously. I was just like, all right, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get the one that I want. And you know how you can just tell when something's meant to be, because it was one of two cars that they had, one of two of what I wanted on the lot, and it happened to be exactly all the stuff that I wanted. So I got the Honda CR-V hybrid. I went in there thinking maybe I wanted the touring edition, but that thing is like crazy expensive. And he was like, you don't need the touring model because it just has like a GPS that's going to be outdated in like a year. He's like, you might as well just get CarPlay and then it just, you know, goes from your phone anyway. And this thing has all the bells and whistles. Oh, and it's white on the outside, cream on the inside. I wasn't expecting that, actually. I was kind of like hoping for black because it's a little bit more resilient, but this is so sassy. It looks real nice, and it's very, very, I don't know, it's just very luxurious. And I mean, we got everything. We got the moonroof. We got like the keyless start, and like this hilarious situation here where you push buttons instead of using a gear shift. Like I'm in the future. So yeah, I mean, I've always been a Honda owner. This is my third brand new Honda, and they've always been amazing cars. The last one I had for 10 years before I left Texas, and it was still perfectly drivable, just not in these conditions. So yeah, I have a lot more to share with you guys about like my mental state, because I know that the last clip I was talking about like antidepressants and stuff like that. I want you guys to know that like even at my worst, I'm not like at my worst, and even at my best, I'm not at my best, you know? Like I almost feel like this seesaw of obligation between, you know, checking in as often as I can just because I think communication is healthy for me, but also not wanting to force myself to, because I feel like most of the time I probably would benefit from some kind of break. So it's amazing how like a short break really helps. And like Simon being in a really good mood for the last few hours has been amazing. Like he and I just kind of sat upstairs on my bed and I read to him, and you guys know now that room is like really zen for me. And so he just sat up there and I watched some YouTube videos and played with him. And him just being chill, like he started teething last night, and it was like honestly kind of traumatizing for everyone involved. It was like the first time he's just like full out, like unstoppably cried, and it just went on and on and on and on and on. And so yeah, I feel very trapped, and my mom told me to give myself a little bit of grace for the pandemic and everything like that, but also I'm not getting a lot of grace from the people around me. I'm not, you know, it's not toxic or anything, but I think that I just need to get back into a place where I'm making my decisions for myself. And so one of the things that Mike did help me with is just kind of going and, you know, pushing through the fact that we're gonna put Simon in daycare, and we went ahead and signed him up, and he's doing his first like trial couple of days this coming week. And yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that's kind of tip of the iceberg. I'll probably get into it more a little bit later, but I didn't really even mean to get into it that much right now because I need to go to the grocery store. But that's kind of where I'm at right now, just sort of reclaiming my mental space and my mental privacy. So yeah, let's start this baby up. I put my foot on the brake, and then I go like this. And that's how it starts. It's pretty neat. So yeah, it already feels great. It already feels great to have this part of my independence back. Off we go. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday, and I haven't even done my skincare or anything like that. Mike just left to take the dog on a hike, and Simon just went down for his first nap. He has been going through a lot of changes all at once. He just hit 5 months today, and he's starting to very aggressively teeth, and we're also in the process of trying to wean him from the SNOO slowly but surely, because he is going to be sleeping in a crib for his naps at daycare. And also he's just starting to age out of it. Like, you can tell it doesn't really work as well anymore. Like, all the mechanisms that the SNOO does that work so well for like a newborn at 5 months, it just kind of annoys them. And so we have him on the wean mode right now, which basically has him still while he's sleeping. Then if he fusses, it turns all the sound on and everything. But I think it might still do the white noise, but it doesn't rock him just while he's sleeping. So yeah, it's kind of, this whole week has been like the end of an era for him. Like, we took him out of the bedroom. We're, you know, putting his arms out while he's sleeping instead of swaddling him completely down. And he can like roll over now. Obviously he can't in the SNOO because he's actually like strapped in. But anyway, yeah, so that's just one of the stressors that has been happening this, you know, past few weeks. So this baby's going through all of these changes. Thank God, honestly, we moved a month ago because he was so easy on the plane. I think if we had moved now, it would have been a lot more stressful because he's just so much more lively. Oh, my nose ring's doing weird stuff. That on top of moving, on top of me like kind of uprooting my life, and also me stopping doing like marketing work. I just switched over to, you know, basically doing YouTube full time, and just knowing that everything, like all my eggs are in one basket for like the first time probably since I was just a full-time hairstylist. It's all very nerve-wracking. And then you guys saw I bought a car yesterday, and so I was like, no, I have a car payment, which is fine. I don't know if I mentioned this, but on the like whatever deal they were running, I don't have any interest on my loan. So I'm just paying the price of the car. There's no APR. I was like shocked. It's awesome. So that's nice. But anyway, that, and then like emotionally, I have just been having a really hard time every morning, like clawing myself back out of the hole. Anybody who struggled with anxiety and depression knows that feeling. And if you don't, there's this urge to ask what's wrong, and the answer is not simple. It's not, oh, I can just put my finger on this thing that's wrong. Everything I've said up until now has been kind of trying to, like, you know, in this clip, has been trying to kind of give you context, but there is not usually a reason as much as it is just generally like overfilling your cup. At least in my case, where it's like, you can recover from things if they're coming at a pace that is manageable, but when you're dealing with too many things, and then also postpartum and everything like that, like when I've been dealing with all this stuff, it's just like I haven't been able to keep up in a way of like recovering and, you know, maintaining my mental health on my own. And you start to notice that like you feel like you're gonna cry all the time. Like you're like this close all the time. It really wouldn't take hardly anything. And that you are, and I don't want to say like a burden on the people around you, but because you should never feel that way. But does make me feel sometimes like I'm sucking all the air up in our relationship, because I'm not even giving Mike the ability to talk about if he's having a tough time with anything, because I'm just so me, because I feel like I'm just like constantly battling to like keep my head above water. And that, you know, every hit feels like it could be the one that like, you know, breaks me down to tears. And like, that's kind of an unfair position to put your spouse in. So all that to say, I reached out to my OBGYN, and, you know, she had been like, hey, there are responsible ways, and by responsible, she means like, I've been on antidepressants before, and not that the doctor was irresponsible, but I weaned myself off of them, and I didn't do it slowly enough, and I had all like the really bad symptoms and everything, but she was basically telling me that, you know, it doesn't have to be this scary thing, you know, for however long you need it, or if you need it forever, whatever, but I did decide to try a low dose of something to just try and help me get my head back above water. I haven't done that since 2013, I think. And I made videos about it and stuff, and I was like, I will never do this again. Well, guess what? You bring a child into the world and you realize there's a lot of responsibility to be the best version of yourself. It's not like a burden of, oh, I can't suffer and I can't, you know, take time for myself. Like, that's an easy way to look at it, is to just put the kid first all the time. But no, I mean, I need to make the necessary arrangements in my life that I can be present with him when I have him, and take care of myself when I don't. And so that's what I'm trying to kind of shake out right now. And it's a lot of like monetary shifting, because we're going to be paying for daycare now, and I am making less money in the meantime, just because, you know, I'm kind of consolidating everything just right to YouTube, and we just bought a house. I mean, it's just a big shift, but I'm just kind of trying to keep a cool head about it, and just be real with you guys that, like, you know, I'm not some kind of like meteoric success story where I'm just like swimming in bucks, you know. I consider this house and our life to be just an unbelievable treasure. Like, we are just so lucky, and I really like it up here where we moved to. It's so beautiful, and I've been driving around in my new car, and just I went to like the grocery store yesterday and stuff like that, and it just made me feel a lot more functional and a lot more independent. And I have said this a million times, but I'll say it again. I worked really hard to build a career that gave me a lot of flexibility, and that flexibility wasn't just meant to have the free time filled with a baby, because truth be told, I don't have the skill set to enrich a baby 24 hours a day. Like, I need help, and I almost feel like I'm like hiring help to some extent, you know, like I said, somebody that's gonna like teach my kid sign language, and you know, expose him to kind of new cool things that I don't know about and stuff like that, and have him also kind of start to build a community as soon as he, you know, starts to understand what that means. And of course I'm also, you know, bright-siding myself here. You know, I'm trying to like, you know, tell myself too that it's good for him, because I know that it's good for me. That free time that I built into my schedule, I need that back. I need that flexibility back, because I feel like it was just kind of like, you know, grabbed out from under me because I became kind of default parent. And that a lot of decisions were made around that, when that was never really what I signed up for. And, you know, it's not that I don't love my kid, and I don't think anybody thinks that, but you can't just switch from being a workaholic, I guess, or someone who just, you know, is ambitious and thrives on productivity, to just, you know, watching TV all day with your kid. It's just, it's not healthy. So it's not healthy for either of us. And also, I just remember when I entered kindergarten, even though I had gone to like a preschool program and stuff like that, I just remember everybody already knew each other because they had all been in daycare together. And I don't necessarily think that there's like, you know, one right way to do any of this stuff, but I do think it, you know, it would be cool for him to get socialized and stuff, especially since I really don't plan on having another kid. Not, you know, that's another thing that I just kind of like stumbled on. Let me finish that thought, hang on. I think it'd be good for him to have, you know, a community early on, and him feel comfortable going into school and stuff like that, because I definitely was that kid who just like didn't get it. You know, I didn't understand the social order of things until much later. And I was just kind of cringy and weird and awkward, and we all are, but like I knew it, and I didn't know really like what to do about it, and it was like everybody already understood something I didn't understand. So yeah, sorry, I had to remember where I was going with that other point. I am, and I know, you know, everybody has their feelings on this, and I put it on my Instagram, I was talking about it, but I think that something that I've been kind of fighting for, and it's such a trope at this point, is just like when you talk to extended family and stuff about the idea of being one and done, having one kid, the thing you come up against is just this like, oh, you'll change your mind thing. And I'm not gonna say that I don't have moments where I'm like, this child is an angel, I want 15 of him, he's amazing, you know, but most of the time I am thinking how grateful I am for this incredibly immersive experience, and to be lucky enough to have had this perfect child. I mean, I think he's perfect. You know, I can be grateful and also be maybe the only one in the entire equation who is placing my mental health as a priority, and that is always going to be the reason for me to pump the brakes on that conversation, is just that I realize how much this is costing me in terms of my mental health, and that one child is so self-sacrificing. The fact that people think it's selfish to have one child is appalling. Those people need to be shaken by the shoulders. Like, you've got to be kidding me. I totally understand that there are people out there who find every single moment with their child to be like salve to their soul, and they want to have 16 children, you know, and that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. I really am. Like, and I do think that children are amazing. I just have, oddly enough, like a pretty low tolerance for chaos. And like, I know I'm a really like chaotic person, quote unquote, but as far as feeling like I'm falling behind and that I have bitten off more than I can chew is one of my least favorite feelings. And like, I just really like the rhythm of one kid. And I just know, and I have to remember and remind myself that this is so hard. This is so hard, and that it's okay to say that. Because I feel like it's so easy to dismiss it. People are like, yeah, being a mom is hard. You know, and it's like, you knew what you were getting yourself into. No one knows what they're getting themselves into. Okay, there's no way to know until you're here. There's no way to know until you're here. Because you don't know how you're gonna react. Everybody's different. I didn't know whether I was going to have one kid and be like, I want a soccer team, or be like, that's enough. And I genuinely think that it's not that it's, oh my gosh, I don't want 2 kids because I can't handle it. It's that Simon's enough. And in the best way possible. Like, he is enough, and we are enough for him. You know, it's going to give me the ability to be the most present parent that I can be, give him the most that I can, while keeping my cup full, because you can't pour from an empty cup. It's the truest truism in the world. You just can't. And I am not going to let people pressure me into depleting myself in that way, just for the sake of some kind of, you know, social pressure, you know, that's like, oh, every kid needs a sibling. No. First of all, no. Second of all, every kid needs a present, healthy parent. At least one. It's wild that it's such a bucking of form to prioritize your mental health over that pressure. It like should not be that. So anyway, yeah, this has been a lot. This vlog has been a lot because there's just so much change happening right now. Again, like the title of the last one was Too Much Change All at Once. I mean, we're just keeping going with that feeling, but I am starting to feel a little bit more optimistic just because daycare, having my own car, being able to work, you know, put my time in again, and then just things getting a little bit more settled. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Feel free to discuss down in the comments all of my people who can relate. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.